Today, I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 welterweights in the division. This is honestly, overall wise, probably the most stacked division, I would say, in the UFC. Yeah. So let's get on to the guys who are not ranked. All right. So we got guys like Leon Edwards is not my top 10. He's just not a top 10 welterweight in the world, guys. Gabriel Bonfim, not going to lie, I've never watched this guy fight. Have to be. I might have. I don't, like, nothing about him was like, there's nothing that I remember him. And then you got Uros Medic. Uros is good. I mean, like, he looked really good against Geoff Neal. I mean, he was able to put him out in the first 2 minutes. So how are you not a huge fan of that performance? And then I kind of just put Kevin Holland. Not like any division has a great, 11 through 15 kind of fighter. Oh, I did watch Bonfim versus Brown, by the way. I did. He looked good in that fight. But it's not like Kevin Holland is, some elite fighter, but I actually do think he's kind of in that maybe 14 to 16 range of the division. I mean, I guess you could put Mike Malott here because he beat Kevin Holland, but I think it was just weird because of penalties, and I overall think Kevin Holland's a better fighter, if I'm going to be honest with you. All right, coming in at number 10, we have Michael Venom Page. Okay. I know that might sound somewhat surprising. I think he is. The reason why I rank him here, it's because I can't really. He's just a bad matchup for a lot of guys, right? He's just a bad match. Honestly, no, we're moving him up to 9. We're moving him up to 9. I think he would be the guy in the number 9 spot, which was Carlos Prates. I know that sounds crazy. I understand how crazy it sounds to have CP this low. The problem is just, did you see how bad he looked in the first round against Leon Edwards? No one talks about this, okay? But Leon was genuinely able to wrestle Carlos Prates for the entire first round. And until Leon threw out the game plan and decided, I'm gonna strike. I'm gonna strike with Carlos Prates. He got golden. Okay, he got golden. So no, Carlos Prates he's got some of the best knockout power in the sport. I'll give you that. But if we're talking for real, guys. If Leon Edwards is able to impose his will on you in the ground, okay? But what I'm also expecting is guys to be boring, okay? Is guys to be boring with him. That's what I expect, right? So if they have to be willing to wrestle him to a decision. I know a couple guys on this list, man. I know a couple guys on this list that would absolutely wrestle him to a decision, okay? Yeah, dude, he's not that, I know he can knock out anyone on this list. Don't get me wrong. He can knock out anybody on this list. The difference is just you have to be good at grappling, dude. You do. You have to have some grappling base, okay? I can't get over what I saw in the first round against Leon. And like I said, number 9 MVP. I think MVP would be able to control that distance, and I don't think that Prates could be able to snipe him. I would pick MVP by pretty boring 3-round decision, and I think that would actually be a really fun fight. That could be a really fun fight. But I would take MVP over Prates. Personally, I would take MVP over Prates. Prates would probably be favored. Let's be for real. Prates is coming off a really good knockout against Leon, but is that even a good win? I mean, he lost 49-46 to Gary. I mean, Gary's really good, though, so you can't hate on that. Gary's really good. But like I said, all right, coming in at number 8, another guy that I would have beaten Carlos Prates is Bilal. I think Bilal's really good. In what way? I mean, number 8, right? Not one of the top guys in the sport, obviously, right? But it's Bilal's very, very good. So would he be able to take? I think he would. All right, so talking about the guys below him, do I think he could take down MVP? Yes, I do. I do think he could be able to take down MVP. Do I think he could? I think he would blob Carlos Prates easily. I think the Bilal pick is maybe one of the easiest decisions in my life. But Carlos Prates is not a good matchup, is a great matchup for JDM. Okay, and I have JDM very high on this list. That's the difference, okay? That's the beauty of MMA. Is some guys are just bad matchups. I have JDM very high in this list, and I gotta say, I don't know who I'm picking for that fight, okay? Because if JDM's gonna want to stand with CP for 5 rounds, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. But like I said, hopefully Bilal gets back in the win column. I like him to get a dub. I really would. I'm overall a Bilal fan. I actually think he's a really good mind for the sport. He really knows ball. You know what I mean? And I think it would overall be kind of exciting to see Bilal get back into the win column. So yeah, all right, going on to number 7, we have Marty Fake Newsman, Kamaru Usman. Like, he's not a terrible matchup for Islam. If we're being for real, he's not. Should that fight be made? No. I think his next fight should be Michael Morales. Okay, I think he should have to. Hey, you be Michael Morales, kid. You get a shot at the big show. Okay, you get a shot at the big. But it's like, yeah, you know what I mean. I think that's real. I think that's fair. Okay, I think that's fair. He shouldn't have ever even had to fought Leon the second time. If we're being, the second time he should never have had to fought Leon. Okay, he should have just gone up to 185 and fought for that belt instead. But it is what it is. But at number 7, I would like him to fight Michael Morales in a true number 1 contenders fight. I think he does deserve one last push. Okay, it's not like you can give, like, who is Morales going to fight? It has to be, because unless Shavkat can come back and fight, it's got to be Usman. It's got to be Usman. Okay, so I got Usman coming at number 7. Usman's one of those guys. I think he looked really bad on the feet against Buckley in the 5th round, and no one really talks about that. Like, he looked primed to be knocked out, but Buckley was just too gassed to be able to do anything. He was holding on barely in that 5th round, and no one wants to talk about that. But listen, it's like I'm taking, Joaquin Buckley could be on this list, so I guess that's a good point. You know what I mean? 9 and 10. But Joaquin Buckley could be on this list. I'm taking PRATES to knock out Buckley, but Joaquin Buckley is definitely better than Kevin Holland. I'm probably taking Uros Medic over Joaquin Buckley. Gabriel Bonfim, I just don't know enough. But, yeah, I mean, Usman, I think he's just a better grappler than Bilal, so I think he'd be able to beat Bilal. I think he'd be able to get a whole MVP, and I think he depends. 5-round fight, if Leon can hold you down, I guarantee you Usman can hold you down. All right, coming in at number 6, we have Sean Brady. I do not know why his picture is not popping up. This is on me. We're going to have to pull up the... hopefully you don't see anything weird here. Okay, Sean Brady. Here we go. We have Sean Brady coming in at number 6. Sean Brady is best editor on YouTube, by the way. Best editor on YouTube. Sean Brady coming in at number 6. Sean Brady just looked bad in the Michael Morales fight. I don't know what happened. Maybe I shouldn't be putting stock in his Leon Edwards win. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, I guess that's a good take. I guess I shouldn't be. I mean, Leon's not a top 10 fighter in this division anymore. But, like, overall, would he beat Usman? I think he would. I think a Sean Brady versus Kamaru Usman, I think he'd get the win. I think Buckley's not a great matchup for him, if we're being honest. I think the striking's a bit much. But, I mean, if Usman's able to take him down like that and Brady keeps a good game plan on, he can wrestle and maybe sub Buckley. Again, that'd be a banger. I think Brady versus Bilal would be really fun. I might actually take Bilal because of the striking. It'd be close, though. That'd be an interesting fight. I think he'd be able to get a hold of MVP, and he'd definitely be able to get a hold of PRATES for sure. Coming in at number 5, we have Shavkat Rakhmonov. It's just tough, man, because it's like coming off double knee surgery. I don't know. Can I even take him in another fight? I'm going to assume I can, right? You know what I mean? Just because, but double knee surgery is bad, guys. At what, 32, 33? Like, he's not young. I think he popped an Achilles. Like, that's tough. That's really tough. But, I mean, from everything we've seen from him, he's got to be top 5. So I have him at number 5. But really, this is subject to change. Kind of the same thing with Pantoja. Coming off his injury. In my light heavyweight list, you will not see Carlos Ulberg very high. I think popping an ACL like that at 35 is wraps. I think it's game. I don't think you see Carlos Ulberg ever win another serious fight for the rest of his life. Okay, is that hot take? Maybe. I think that was it though. I think that was the end of Carlos Ulberg. I really do. Hell of a way to go out though. Hell of a way to go out for CU. But yeah, I would take, like, I don't know why we're talking about light heavyweight, but I'd take Ulberg. I'd take Ankalaev. I would take maybe not Paulo Costa, but those serious guys at the top division, I would definitely take to beat Ulberg. Just he's not gonna have that same mobility as he once did. Coming in number 4, we have Michael Morales. You know, one more fight, and I'm really interested to see where I rank him because if he puts out Usman bad, I don't know if that's more just to say that Usman's washed, to be fair. You know what I mean? Because Usman could very well be washed by the time that fight takes place. So having Michael Morales in at number 4 is really, it's interesting. It's interesting because I'm just taking the 3 guys over him just because I've seen more. But Michael Morales is super dangerous, and I don't really know where to necessarily drop him in. You know what I mean? I just don't. But Michael Morales needs to be at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Ian Gary. It's just, yeah, you know, it's like if I'm going to have Michael Morales 4, I can't, from what I've seen, I can't not take Ian Gary to beat Michael Morales just because of his distance management. And Michael Morales just looks a little stiff when he throws. You know what I mean? He just looks stiff. He's not fluid. Gary's very fluid, okay? Gary's very fluid when he moves. And Gary's, I don't know why people think Gary's a really bad matchup for Islam. I think Gary's a great matchup. I think that's just a huge tree that Islam's going to climb throughout that fight. I think Islam wins like 50-43 if he doesn't put him away. It's a layup for Islam in my opinion. But it is the fight that needs to be made next because we can't make fights off styles. We have to make fights off who deserves them. So Ian Gary does deserve the next title shot over Michael Morales. Even though Morales is more competitive, I think that Gary does deserve that shot next. All right, coming in at number 2, we have JDM. We do have the former champ of the welterweight division. He's one of those guys, for sure. He's one of those guys. I'm expecting him to beat PRATES, but I don't know. It just takes one shot. We don't really know the state of JDM's chin. And that's the dangerous thing about PRATES. You know, it's tough. JDM should win this fight. He's a better fighter. But whenever you're in there with a guy like PRATES, I would really like to see JDM wrestle in this fight. I know that sounds crazy, but I would really like to see JDM's jiu-jitsu come out in spades and be able to kind of put away a guy like that. All right, coming in at number 1, we have Islam Makhachev. He is by far the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in this division, guaranteed, okay? He puts away everyone relatively easily. I think the only guy that's even in comparison would be a Michael Morales that could be able to beat him. Shavkat, we just don't know. A healthy Shavkat I would pick, but Shavkat will never be healthy again. You know what I mean? Islam's just that guy. He's pound for pound number 1, a couple fights away from being the GOAT of the sport. And it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys. That was my video ranking every single welterweight on the roster. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tomorrow, I will be having my middleweight video come out. So, see you guys then. Bye.